When the auctions were held, none of us knew that the IPL will move to the UAE and to Dubai. So teams were formed. But now the weather will be hot. There will be a lot of heat. Spinners will come into play. A lot of these things will change because of the move from India to Dubai. Your thoughts on how that will impact the tournament? Today, I have pleasure in introducing to you one of the greatest to have played the game among women, the highest wicket taker in the 50-over format, one of India's stalwarts, one of the greatest legends to have bowled for India, Jhulan Goswami, a very dear friend. Thank you very, very much, Jhulan, for joining me on this broadcast, on this free hit show. First things first, how excited are you that the Indian Premier League is happening?
It's been honor, always been honored to talking to you, Boria, and absolutely, after certain 5.5 months of layoff, we all are looking forward for coming back to cricket field. As an athlete, you wanted to go back to the ground, wanted to play, wanted to perform, want to do a lot of training. So yes, we all are looking forward, and we all are excited. Thanks to BCCI, they're hosting this WIPL and IPL. I'm talking about women's cricket, so that's why I mentioned WIPL. But IPL, WIPL, and we all are grateful as a cricketer, as an athlete, that the BCCI is taking great initiative.
Jhulan, both of us are in Calcutta and things aren't normal yet. I mean, both of us know that. But we have been constantly talking. You are doing physical training. You have a regime planned. Can you give my audience an insight that when are you planning to start training? Your regime and how difficult it was in lockdown, and now obviously coming back to full steam cricket. Give me a sense of that.
Initially, it was difficult. Early stage of lockdown, it was difficult. But after a certain time, we create a certain setup back home, and we do a lot of all these exercises, training, all this protocol we maintain. Best thing was, that's why I said BCCI is always taking care of the players. They immediately they create a group, and there's a physio, there was a trainer, coaches, they involved. They used to give us a lot of program. They used to keep monitoring our process. So that part was there. And after that, when that unlock 1, unlock 2, unlock 3, and now we are in unlock 3 phase. So yes, I started my training, outdoor training. Honestly speaking, in Calcutta is a monsoon is on, so unfortunately so far haven't bowled much because of the weather not permitting. But that's also will come very soon to cricket also.
Okay, when the auctions were held, none of us knew that the IPL will move to the UAE and to Dubai. So teams were formed. But now the weather will be hot. There will be a lot of heat. Spinners will come into play. A lot of these things will change because of the move from India to Dubai. Your thoughts on how that will impact the tournament?
That is going to be most interesting part at this IPL, because when that auction was happened, everybody picked their team base of Indian wicket, Indian weather, Indian soil, everything. Suddenly, because of this pandemic, IPL have shifted to UAE. So this is going to be challenge. Every team now definitely heavily they're going to be rely on the spinners, because spin will play big role in UAE. Because past, whenever we saw any test match, ODI or T20 tournament in UAE, the spinners play a big role. And because the weather is so hot over there, so that's why wicket does not have that much moisture in a clay, so it's become a very dry flat wicket. So spinners will going to play big role. But now if you have quality spinner, wrist spinner, definitely those spinners will going to be the key for any franchisee team, and we all are looking forward for that, because that's going to be most interesting part. Because when you're picking up the team, you are picking up medium pacer, a fast bowler. But now it's absolutely changing part. It's totally your plan have to be changed. Now you have to rely on a bit on the spinners.
You will be in a stadium. Last year, for example, when you played the WIPL in Rajasthan, there were thousands of people queuing up to watch your game. This time, at least for the starting period, few weeks, towards the latter part, BCCI wants some crowds, but at least for a start, there'll be no crowds. Do you think the players will feel that as a kind of a very different kind of thing? Or when you step inside the ground, the intensity will mean that no, the standard of cricket will be right up there. How much will that impact the teams?
As a player, that's not important. That's important thing is your performance, your commitment, your effort. That's all going to make a lot of counts. Yes, we'll feel bad for the fans that fans are not coming. We're not able to entertain them individually. I don't think so. That's going to be makes a lot of difference to me. For me, is going to be the most important part is go there and perform and play for the team and try to do well each and every day, because each and every performance will count for your upcoming series, because you have to think about that your future. There is Australia series, then is England series. If you perform well consistently, if you do well, your name will be there in the Indian teams. So I think players will be morely focused, will be there in a performance, and the bar they have, standard of the bar is here. They're going to be above on that.
How tough will it be? Because none of these players have played cricket in the last 6 months. Whoever I've spoken to has said, some of them, for example, told me we've not even lifted a bat. So now they will come back and get into full steam training after quarantine and all of this. And then, the bio bubble and full practice, especially for someone like you, who's a fast bowler. I mean, Bharat Arun was telling me that for fast bowlers, it will be even more difficult to come back into rhythm. How are you seeing that? I mean, how are you seeing the tournament sort of, players leading into the tournament?
$1 million question, as a bowler, last 6 months, you did not bowl, you did not train that way you want to train. Somehow you just managing stuff was working over there. But the most important thing is, if you don't have good rhythm, there'll be a lot of niggles might start, a lot of issues will be there. Already that weather is pretty different. It's going to be very hot. So it's going to be a big challenge for fast bowler. I'm no doubt about that. But at the same time, we all are professional athlete. We know how to take care of all these things. Every team have their physio trainer. They already started their process, and I think before they play the tournament that they might go to play few practice matches also, because what you said, few players did not start hold the bat for almost 5 months, 6 months. So the most important thing, if you're not don't do the batting or bowling, the important thing is your training. If you do good quality training, you can manage with that, because skills you have, that's on your muscle. But training is going to play a big role.
While we are all celebrating, IPL and the tournament is back and all of that, I mean, it's a big thing for everybody, for you, for me, for the media, for fans, for everybody. David Warner was speaking to me the day the Australian team left for England. And he told me that, oh, you know what, this is very different. I said, why? He said, because I have to leave Candice and the girls behind. They can't come with me. We will get into a bubble. And I really don't know how we'll manage for the next 80, 85 days in that bubble, because we can't step out, we can't play golf, we can't do anything in the bubble in Dubai. So how tough will it be for the players mentally, Jhulan?
It's going to be challenging. It's not going to be easy, staying away from your family. We all love our family. We want to stay to our family most of the time, but somehow down the line, as a professional athlete, is our role to adapt certain situation. I definitely feel it's going to be difficult. It's not easy. 80 days, 85 days, not going outside. You're not going to have dinner outside. You are not able to go spend time with your friends or family. Or your same time is this golf is nowadays a lot of cricketers play golf in off time. It's going to be difficult. But I think players are all professional. They know how to handle the situation. And I'm sure franchisee will take care of all small things, because if players are not mentally fresh, if they are emotionally not, connect with that thing, their performance will not come. I don't think so it'll be so much difficult, but yes, it's going to be very difficult. At the same time, we have to adapt. Who will be adapt that situation? They will be on a top position immediately, emotionally. And if you're not sound, if you're not 100% in a position, definitely your performance will not be 100%.
If anybody wants to take something from this discussion, the thing to take away from this discussion is positivity. Every time I have asked her a critical question, she has responded with an optimistic, positive answer. That's what you need to take from her. That's what the world needs at this point in time. We need to move beyond the gloom, the negativity, the despondency, the problem, and seek positive optimism, in what she just said. It's an absolute pleasure, Jhulan Goswami.